Okay, time for community stream. So we are alive. Unfortunately, I don't have any games for the day. I've been quite a bit busy with my bot, so unfortunately, uh, we have to come up something on a fly. If you guys have good replays that you want to share, please do so, and after that we can watch them together. Of course, we can start immediately by checking if there's any games that Micro Machine has lost. I think that's something we have to do every week. So that's obvious thing that we can do first, if that's okay with you guys. But I'm not actually sure has Micro Machine lost any games. At least the first page is only wins. Oh, there's one game I want to see. This one. Let's watch this Fire versus Queen bot to the bitter end. So, and after that we can have a look one game from Micro Machine. Sir, do you have the ID number for the game? I think that's a good idea to have a look how things could have been gone. I think I don't have the game number anymore, so sir, if you can find the game number, I would be happy to queue it up after the Micro Machine game. I think Queenbot is using those spine crawlers. Those were the addition for the Queenbot to win the Blizzard Hard AI. So that is not. That's the only reason they were added. Thank you, sir. So we will have Micro Machine versus Paul next, and after that we will have a game from Tur also. Okay, Micro Machine is starting from the lower right corner, and Paul is the lower left corner. And if there's anyone who is not familiar with the bot, Micro Machine is, let's say, the top tier bot at the moment, number one at the ladder, and everybody's trying to get a win from him. And I think this game, Paul is getting one. Don't know the reason. I didn't check was it crash or just a pure victory, but that is something that not everybody's able to do to steal a victory from Micro Machine. I will try to open up the production tab so we can follow the production order. So just a minute, I will be back shortly.
Hey dude, how's it going?
Crypt, I think you have to increase your microphone volume. You're not hearing properly.
That's weird. 1 sec.
Okay, now it's better. I think just a little bit more.
Pretty much got it on max at the moment, so I think that's about everything it's got. I cannot push her any higher. She's about to blow. No.
Okay, in that case, you just have to yell. But I'm hearing you way better now than I was before. So I think we can manage.
Okay, that's good. I will try not to yell too loudly. But so, where is everyone else tonight? Elad, get your ass in here, and Merc as well, if you fancy it.
I think Elad will be here later on, and I think there will be also others, but just me at this point. I think Elad is taking his dog outside or something like that.
Okay. Should have got a cat instead. So yeah, it looks like we've started off with our traditional weekly Micro Machine gets beaten match. I think it's good to get it out of the way early, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Raf did join us last week, which was quite fun. We had a few of those games. That was good. Looks like Paul is pretty good at using Nidus now anyway. Is that Nidus he's got in the back? Yep. Yeah, it's Nidus.
Okay, there should be a production tab available at the moment.
Yes. Yeah, I see a production tab. Unfortunately, not much in there for Micro Machine.
That Nidus play was working relatively well against Micro Machine.
Yeah. No, it's something the Micro Machine seems a bit vulnerable to is very early pressure. Yeah, that's just generally the way to beat him.
That's not always the answer. At least for the Terran, it's a little bit difficult to make early pressure, and with this win the Micro Machine.
Yeah.
Is my voice okay, or is it echoing?
It's fine at the moment. There's a tiny echo
Brilliant.
in the
That's
background,
good.
but
Good
it's
news.
not like anything too bad. This one may take a little while to finish. I think. But I don't think Micro Machine's really repairing anything at the moment. At least his minerals aren't going down. So
I think the planetary will go down quite soon. It's already burning, and it will go down.
Yeah, that's been focused for a while. So yeah, as long as Paul keeps streaming the queens across, then it should be okay. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to take a look at the units lost tab here as well, because I'm guessing that Paul has basically taken the hollow victory here by destroying the entire Zerg race. Like 267 Zerglings and 14 queens. Yeah, that's quite a lot. Well, hey, Jinsey and
But
Drek, welcome.
if you're able to win Micro Machine, that's nothing.
Yes, yeah. The entire Zerg race can go down in a ball of flames, and as long as Micro Machine goes down with it, that's well worth it.
I wonder how many kills that Planetary Fortress has. 209 already.
Oh wow, that is hero planetary. Oh,
I'm betting it will go up to 280 before this is ending.
yeah, I mean, like, I think the only way this ends is when Micro Machine runs out of minerals on that patch. So we may be here a little while yet.
But I have to say that Nidus play was brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Golden Wall especially, you have some really nice places for that as well, because you've got a lot of space in the back of the base where you can just place it down and they won't always see it straight away.
I think those SCVs are in a quite bad shape at the moment.
Yeah. But they're not going down, and this is the thing.
There's already 261 kills for the Planetary.
Wow. That's it's impressive. I wonder how many for that Banshee as well, because the Banshee is racking up a few as well.
And the Queen hasn't been able to kill it. I think that's... oh, Micro Machine has another base already.
Oh no! Is he actually going to win this? I mean, like, he's banked up a few Zerglings now, so that's good. Oh, but he's getting all his workers destroyed.
I think Micro Machine will have a worker lead quite soon.
Yeah. Oh wow. But that planetary is almost down. It's a few hit points left. It's gone.
So 315 kills.
Wow, that was a hero right there. So Micro Machine just has a single worker left. But it has some mules as well. So
But does it have a Planetary already?
oh wait, it might have built into planetary, so it might not have the mules.
I think that's another Planetary. It's just a normal command center.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he has the minerals to upgrade it. Oh, that Banshee is doing some work. Can we get a kill count on the Banshee?
$138.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's insane.
It's not quite planetary level, but you know it's for a Banshee, it's pretty cool.
I think that's Banshee is paid for itself himself.
Yes, and probably an entire Zerg army. You know, I don't think Paul knows about that other base though. So the only
At least not yet.
yeah
466 circlings died.
oh that's like a complete massacre.
I have to say that Banshee has a really good micro. There's been a lot of queens on the map, and it's still alive.
Yeah. So Micro Machine now has 2 bases and 14 workers. I think Micro Machine is now favourite to win this game.
This was way more exciting than I anticipated.
Yeah. It's. I assumed it was all over when I saw the Micro is on second, but the second base of Micro Machine is now under attack. So that's going down.
I think it's gone. Just it's not. Is
Yeah,
Paul able to find the expansion from the Micro Machine?
it's just a question of that, isn't it? If he can find it, like with all those Zerglings there now, I mean that should be gone. But
I think that Banshee is attracting all the units back to the Paul's base. They are not trying to search other places before that Banshee is gone.
yeah, so Micro Machine up to 17 workers. Gone down again. I wonder if any of the SCVs is just going to drag one of the units back to the other base.
I think that might happen.
Yeah,
A
possibly.
lot of the bots do, how do you say, lure
Yeah,
those attacking units back to the other bases. So that might well happen.
ISEC auto tracking almost complete, so I think game over then. Only kidding, of course. So
It's
it is.
important upgrade at 22 minutes with the one base.
Yes. So I think he just. Ah, there we go. Now he's seen it.
Oh no!
Oh, the Hellion done it. Oh, exactly what you said. The
That
Hellion.
traitor Hellion.
And now, yeah, I think Paul wins this one now. Unless,
That was impressive win, I have to say. That was absolutely brilliant.
yeah, that was pretty fun. Oh god, is he just gonna fly this barracks? Oh no, it's burning. That's fine. There we go. GG. That was a fun one.
GG. That was fun. Really
Yeah.
fun.
So we've got many good games lined up for today.
Not too many. This was one Micro Machine game, and we will have one game from Ter. So that's it. I don't have any games. I've been busy with my bots, so
Yeah,
I'm sorry, guys.
me too. That's all right though.
I think we can have
Oh,
still a good stream, even though we don't have any games beforehand. So let's just pick something from the ladder, and we are ready to go.
yeah, I think Tier is ready to go already. Like, Fiddler's just gonna go with the whole like let's run all my workers across the other side of the map trick. See, Terran has a big advantage here because he just lifts his building, moves it across to somewhere else, and then. But what is that? Is that Micro? Tier's got a thing over the side there where he's trying to land. Yeah, he's got a.
A pylon over there.
Yeah. So, what on earth is happening?
That was so fast game.
Yeah, like, I mean, Tier has still got a massive worker lead now. So,
And I think Tur did recall the probes back to home.
oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's either some serious like crazy bad luck or some serious sniping right there of this tactic from Tier. Like, Tier's in chat. Did you actually mean to just block where the CC went, or is that just blind luck? because if you've actually done that on purpose, like, mad respect.
Hey, Crypt, you are talking about Tur. Of course, it's sniping.
Yes, yeah, I suspect that very much, but that's brilliant.
That's absolutely brilliant. That's what how we got to know Tur,
Yeah.
master of snipes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, that's
That's
so
good.
cool.
Yeah. No, that's
So
brilliant.
you're determining the place where it's going by the facing where it's flying. That's so brilliant.
Uh,
Hello, Elad.
Hello in chat. Yeah. Yeah. I think Fiddlina is just awaiting her sad demise. It's one of those ones. I keep assuming Fiddlina is female, even though it's not. Like, I guess the bot is female, even though the author is not.
I think the author of Fidolina demanded we call Fidolina it.
Yes. Okay. So it's gender neutral.
Okay, probably I should check. Is there any other interesting replays available? So, Tur, if you can, I mean, Crypt, if you can comment the ongoing game, I'm trying to find something to watch on meanwhile.
Yeah, I can have a look at both. Yeah. So this one is Zerg001. It's not a new one. I don't think I've seen this bot before. I must say that the names are
Which
getting
one?
like Zerg001. I say that the names recently haven't been as kind of like impressive. Like you've got Sharpie PvP Easy and Zerg0001. Like uh, you know, use some
I
use
think
some
Circ
kind
0001 is some test bot. It's not
of
uh,
okay.
ranked on the ladder, so somebody is using that as a test bot and testing new strategies against other bots.
Ah, right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm not sure what strategy it's using at the moment. It's, seems to be a fairly standard opening. No early rushes, really. Oh. Have a look at the whole rankings and see if there's many on there that we haven't seen a lot of. Yeah, Micro Machine still top. Let's see. Blinkerbot's still doing quite well up there. That's good to see.
Blinkerbot is a really good bot. It won't
Yeah.
go out of under the top 10. So
No.
yeah. Should we check one game from Blinkerbot?
Yeah, let's
What
do
do you say?
Blinkerbot. I'll pick one.
Just
Let's
have to
see.
be careful we don't look any ProBot matchup games.
Okay, so
I know Gensi has been testing a lot of against Blinkerbot, but let's skip those Gensi against Blinkerbot games.
okay, so I've got one we can have a look at if you like. Hold on. I'll post it in the stream channel. See that one's one against Sharkbot, which might be quite interesting.
Which one?
I posted it in the stream channel in Discord. I don't have permissions on here to queue up. Or at least I don't think I do. So.
Okay, I will pick that one up and queue that up.
Well, let's see if I can do that. Oh, okay. I do have permissions on here to queue it. That's good. So Raf was saying in chat he wants to watch the Strelok versus Micro Machine game. Do you want me to queue one up of those? Oh god, I've just looked at like the Micro Machines AI Arena achievements page. It's like there's a lot there.
Yes, it is. Yes, there is. Okay, so which one do we have now?
So this I think is Sharkbot versus Benbot. Not Blinkerbot. Sorry. Wait, I'm just looking for Micro Machine against Strelok, and I can't find any on the ladder. There's one there which was played yesterday, so I can take a look at that one. It's queued.
Raf already queued up one, so we should be fine.
That's good. That was the one I was going to queue up as well. So that's fine. Yeah, so I know Sharkbot likes to go for a lot of early proxies and stuff, so I'm wondering if he's changed a lot since the AI SC2 AI tournament last time. I know he's done a lot of work into it, so. Certainly getting a lot of scouting information through there, at least until the. Ooh, that's interesting. The sentry just wasted about half his energy on a failed block with the barriers.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world. It's still there. So.
Yeah, it's just a little bit energy, so that's not a problem.
Yeah. But ooh. Yeah, one of the things Blinkerbot likes to go for is obviously blink, but there's no blink on the way at the moment. Doesn't look like. So not living up to the name.
I think Blinkerbot is not using the blinks so aggressively, so I think it doesn't have the blink researched.
Yeah, certainly not yet. Although nice snipe of the Immortal as well.
Tyr has made a Fidalina, how do you say it, doppelganger copy?
Yeah.
So we can try that one also, see how Tyr has made Fidalina impression. Tyrolina.
Carolina, oh god.
A rough bot making is fun. That's the reason we are doing this.
Well, for the rest of us, for RAF, it's just a way to get paid. No, I joke, of course. No, it is fun.
I have to say the Blinkerbot is really impressive. It's so effective, those strategies that it's making.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it just shows that, like, if you want to make a bot quickly, Tyr has done one for testing, and yeah, it's Yeah, that is why good frameworks do come in handy, as you see with Sharpie. If anyone's out there thinking about building a bot, grab Sharpie. You can build one really easily. It won't be the best bot on the ladder, but you can certainly get a long way just by using a framework, figuring out some build orders, and putting your own spin on things.
Yeah, that's correct. If I would be a new author, I probably would check Sharpie framework if that would be the way to go.
Yeah.
But I've already invested so much time to my own bot, and I don't want to give it up. So I can't change it anymore.
You could always make another bot.
Yeah,
I
that would
mean,
be fun.
you do only have a Terran bot so far. There are 2 other races.
Yeah, I would like to make a Circ bot because I think the race is under. There's not so many Circ bots. I would like to make one.
No, and I think there's a new framework that Rasper brought out, which is the one he uses for Spiny, and he made Queen bots. So yeah, I think that's a new framework. I'm not sure if that's open sourced at the moment, but I think it's planned to be. So
I think I would use a Queen bot if I start making a new bot, and I think Queen bot is open sourced.
yeah, actually, let's see if there's a good Queen bot game. It might be worth putting one on.
Sounds cool. That sounds cool.
Yeah. See.
Could you check, or should I check one of Queenbot's games?
I can have a look if you like.
Yeah, please do so.
So Queenbot is quite low on the ladder at the moment, which is surprising. I thought it would have been a lot higher.
I think a lot of bots have adapted
Yeah,
how it's playing. So there's always a counter for the mass queens. So I think a lot of bots are learning.
yeah. So should we put one against Anibot on, just to show your handiwork as well?
Sorry?
We'll cue that one up.
Okay, brilliant.
So we'll have a look at that next.
This game that's going on, Micro Machine has almost 10 SCV worker lead. Both are on 2 bases, and there's already 6 minutes on the time clock. So not too aggressive expansion. Just 2 Terran bots turtling up. I think we are seeing more bases quite fast.
Yeah. So it's interesting that Micro Machine's got the Cyclones out in the base already. So, and yeah, Micro Machine is just such a terror for early harass. Like, really is.
You see, Micro Machine did have a tanks.
Yeah. Actually, is that something new from Micro Machine? Like, it's not something that he regularly goes for. Oh, nice.
Thank you, Elad.
Thanks for the additional units. Sorry, that was terrible. Yeah. So Strelok there has wasted a scan and also got the is it Ravens? Yeah, Ravens over there. So that's kind of like a few minerals wasted.
It's really important not to waste any scans when you are on the 2 bases or
Yeah.
3 bases at the moment, but they are so important, those minerals that you are trying to get from 2 bases, that you just can't waste any scans unnecessarily.
Yeah. especially like Strelok is actually catching up in workers a little bit, but he's still behind by a base. So yeah,
I think it's able to snipe some workers from the micro machine. At least on the top 12 clock base, there's a
yeah,
cyclone making a lot of damage for the micro machine.
yeah, definitely. It's
Strelok has 4 bases already, so I think there's 4 bases on both bots at the moment.
yeah. So I just queued up the game from Tyrolina.
Oh, that's
Uh,
great, great.
yeah, yeah. So
So now
it's
we
not.
have a copycat.
Yeah, I'd actually like to see Tyrolina against Fiddlina. I don't know what if that game is that one, but let me just check. Um, oh, that's
Did
Sharpened Edge. This is Tyrolina. Oh, it's called Tier T in this ladder, by the way. So it's not quite Tyrolina.
I think the name has to change. The name has to change at some point to Tyrolina.
Yes.
Is Strelok making banshees or is it full on cyclones?
Uh, I think it's trying to. I think it's trying to go into cyclones at the moment. Although, yeah. It's still got a fair few banshees out.
I have to say those micro machines, Banshee micro, that is something unbelievable.
Yeah. You never get in range of anything that can kill you, basically.
But I have to say they haven't left each other alone. They've been harassing each other all the time, and they are still able to macro up really fast.
If this was a human player, you'd just basically throw your hands up and go, "I just can't deal with this shit." you know.
There's too much going on everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. You do get a lot of confusion there.
But at the moment, all the pressure is on the Strelok side. There's basically no pressure from the Strelok on the micro machine side of the map.
No. I mean, you can see it through where all the action is happening. But yeah, I mean, there was a couple of minutes ago, but I think now Micro Machine has got like a big kind of like army lead now, 119-6. So yeah, I think this game is pretty much over.
I think
But
it
yeah,
is, yeah. Micro Machine has a base lead, and Strelok doesn't have any army left. So
yeah,
basically, if you guys want, we can skip this game to the next one.
yeah. If you like,
I will skip the game so we don't both skip.
go for it. Yeah, I think the tank is definitely a fun add-on. Definitely. Um, be interesting to see if it's just like Strelok you beat and you kind of like start losing to some other races. I don't know if you would disable the tanks against something that goes Tempests. That uh, might also be good, but we'll see.
Is it something that is hard coded, or do you start building tanks while you scout something?
I'd imagine it has to be something against Terran. Yeah, against Protoss, you might be struggling with that tech. Oh, that's cool.
I did something tried something with the tanks against Protoss that I don't siege them up at all. So I think that was a good idea. Have to make do more test games, but so far it seems promising. Not to siege up the tanks against Protoss. Okay, so this is one of my games also. This will be interesting to see what's going to happen. I haven't checked the Queenbot games for a while.
No. I think it's fairly impressive the amount of early pressure the Queens are able to put in. They're quite slow in getting across the map, but they're very good defensively. And like, if you can get them across the map, then yeah, it's going to be fun.
I think Anibot is going for full bio, so and with the early pressure, so and this should slow down Queenbot a little bit before it's able to take the whole map.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm still a little bit afraid that it will cover the map even still within 10 minutes.
Yeah, it does that. The creep spread is great. And the thing about Queens is they're very slow off creep. But if you've got enough creep that you cover the entire map with creep, it doesn't matter. Now, one way of doing that is if you want to get them across, you can just make a small corridor. But one thing that Queens are pretty weak against is bio pushes. And it looks like Anibot is doing exactly that.
Yeah, most of the strategies Anibot does have, those are hard coded. So it will choose a strategy before the game and it will do that strategy no matter what.
Yeah.
And this seems to be working, so it will use the same strategy in the same game. So I think this will be devastating start against Queenbot, even though the Queenbot is already ahead of 15 workers. So yeah, it does have
Yeah.
room to lose a couple more.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I don't think Queenbot is going to do very well against this strategy.
Oh, there's a lot of spine crawlers before the natural that will take down the bio army quite fast.
Yeah, I think Marauders being Marauders in there will also be quite good there. I think if it was just Marines, you might be in a bit more trouble, but yeah, with the Marauders in there, I think it should be fine.
Just look at that worker lead. I did try to build an army and push early on, try to make good damage, but it doesn't. It does. Queenbot has double workers.
Yeah,
Imagine you transition to something else at this point. I think that would make quite a bit of sense to do so.
but just to the point, look at the creep. You're 8 minutes in. You've been losing a lot of units, so you're not just kind of like free to expand the creep. But even still, that creep is probably about half the map right now. It's insane.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of fighting and everything going on. I have to say that uh, uh, algorithm how to spread the creep, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
I tried to do something by my own year ago or something like that, and creep spread, making a code for that, that's extremely difficult.
Yeah. I think this push might be quite nasty though, especially with that tank there. I think at the moment as well, though, the queens are quite well spread out. So yeah, you're going to be taking down a few on your way. Of course, when you get something like this, you just get such good vision of where everything is on the map. It's literally like playing with map hacks.
Yeah, that's correct. You know exactly what's going on and where on the map. So
Yeah,
uh, I think I think Queenbot has already like 70% of the map covered.
yeah. So Rasper made Queenbot. That's correct. Yeah. Raf hasn't yet made a Zergbot, although maybe able to convince him.
We are waiting for the Zergbot, so
yeah.
get on with it.
Come to the dark side of the Zerg. So it does look like the Queens have got a nice surround on that one, but they're probably going to go down, unfortunately. Well, I don't know.
I think that bio doesn't have long to live. There's only one medevac, and I think those Marauders.
Yeah,
Oh, actually, they did pretty well.
yeah. No, that's really good. Yeah. So it's taking out a few of the bases now as well. I mean, it's just the macro of Queenbot. I mean, even if it's losing the game, it's still got 3/4 of the map and a huge amount of bases.
It could easily make like 100 workers. It's just stopping around 60 and starting to make spines and spores.
Yeah,
So it's not made. The body's not made to win. It's just showcasing what can be done with a queen. So, but this is so annoying. At this point, it's saying, unfortunately, the chat messages are not visible on the stream. But at this point, the Queenbot is saying like 85% of the map is covered in creep. How on earth you allowed this to happen, or something like that? And it's
yeah,
so annoying.
yeah. Queenbot has some nice chat lines.
I think the bots need more salt in their chat messages.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think the last one I tried to make had lines from Monty Python in it, which was quite funny. But yeah,
I have to say, read this aloud. This is from the chat. I know when we are making word out of it, the chat messages are not visible, but Tyr wrote in the chat, I also started on the Tyrolina DVZ strategy at around when the stream started. It is now on the ladder. We may be able to see the game of that too if you like to. Yeah,
nice.
that's
Wow,
impressive.
that's pretty good. We'll see if it plays a game. If it does between now and the end of the stream, we'll definitely put it on. Oh, okay. Wait. Apparently, it's just finished. Let's have a look.
Yeah, if someone can cue that up, we can have a look. Definitely, we want to see Tyrolina on the stream.
Yeah, it's that the one against Snowbot. Hold on.
It doesn't matter which spot. It's important to see Tyrolina.
Yeah. Oh no, that's yeah, that's correct. Or is that? Is that the one you meant? I think so. No, there was a bug. Oh, okay. So apparently that one was bugged out. So, hello, we have someone else in the chat. Oh, hey, Spuddy.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine.
Cool. Good to have you, man. Yeah.
So, how things are going with your bot at the moment?
It's a bit slow. I haven't done much yet, but hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Take your time and have fun. We are waiting waiting here. So once you have something to show us, please share it with us in the stream so we can all enjoy what you have done.
Yeah, you have an interesting game going on with the map covered in creep, but your army seems pretty strong.
Yeah.
It's actually something I'm testing on this game. I'm not allowing the bio army to abandon the tanks. So if there's a siege tank, they are not abandoning it, leaving it behind. So I did have a code that they are able to leave the tanks, but I did disable it, and it seems to be working a little bit more better when they are not abandoning the tanks.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like you're getting into the main now, but like where is the main now? Because they don't really have mains, Queenbot. It just has bases and more bases.
Creep and bases, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it has.
This is a pretty tricky situation to sort of
Yeah.
understand that, like, because I also do the same thing, that I siege my tanks all the time when you like should just recognize the situation somehow and just run around and kill everything without ever stopping. But it's sort of hard to understand when that is appropriate.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do have some edge cases I've been testing. One of them seems to be working quite nicely because they have to be simple rules for me to able to code them. So if there's a zealot on the tank range, it's not allowed to siege at all before the zealot is killed or the zealot is gone from the tank range. I lost so many games because zealots were killing my tanks. So I did try that one, and I don't know is that correct decision, but it seems to be working quite nice.
But I was mostly talking about this sort of a situation where, like, a human would sort of see easily that, well, the opponent doesn't have an army, but I just have to hunt the bases. But it's for a bot, it's not so easy to understand what exactly you should sort of say to the bot to understand that, okay, now don't be worried about an army surprising you and just run around killing everything.
Yeah, yeah. I think that can be programmed also, but it's not an easy task. So it requires more work to be done. But I'm creating more rules to prevent the tanks from sieging up.
You kind of have to have something to kind of estimate how big the opponent's army is. And in this situation, it's going to be very difficult because there's so many bases. Like they could have Zerglings, could have pretty much anything.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
One thing you might think about adding in is like possibly a Raven or something like that, just to detect the creep.
I think my Raven is following one of the Marauders, and that's it. It doesn't have any fancy logic where to go, so it's just
Yeah.
following one of the Marauders. And
Oh, I've just seen that. Yeah, that's good.
and I have to be honest, this game might take a while because it does remember the creep positions, and once there are no enemy units visible, it will just choose a random building and attack it. And those creep tumors are also considered as structures, buildings. And I think any bot might be running around the map for quite a while before it's able to kill every base that enemy has.
Should we go for the next game, or give this?
I think we can go. I think this will take a while before it's able to clear everything up.
Okay.
Tur said in the chat that it might be a good idea to split the army when you have 200 and 200 of supply. Actually, I've been doing today, inspired by the Gensi bot. Gensi bot has these, I don't know how to say it in English, sissi marines. These marine groups that go around the map. I did create something like that, and I could easily use that code to clear up the map more efficiently.
So this is Tirolina, or TRT as it is. So
this is against Sharpened Edge also. This will be interesting to see how things are going for the Tirolina.
yeah, definitely.
So it's you build or what?
So Tirolina, if you wasn't here earlier, is basically Tyr made a bot. I think Tyr is facing off against Fiddlina in the next round of the ProBots tournament. So he made a bot to try and emulate what Fiddlina does, so he could train against that bot. So this is the bot that is supposed to emulate Fiddlina. It's called TRT on here, but affectionately known as Tyrolina. Oh god, yeah. Tyr's done some really amazing stuff with this, so I can't wait to see what this is going to be doing.
Yeah, Raf, I've been also wondering why that probe did move and stop and move and stop. That's something that Sharpened Edge is doing with the probes, and I have no idea why it's doing that. I think there's also already tank coming, and I think there's unfortunately I did close the. I'm not able to bring up the production tab anymore, but I think there's already a Liberator coming up.
Yeah, looks that way. So yeah, I think this is just going to be like standard Marine tank Liberator push. I don't think he's going to get too fancy with this one, but it should be fun.
Sharpened Edge is already bringing his attack force forwards, and we will have a look what's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to work out well for Sharpened Edge at the moment, though. There's just too much here, especially off one base. The amount of production he's got on one base there is pretty good. Oh, takes out the Immortal, nice.
None of the tanks were killed. That was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. I pretty much slaughtered all the infantry, but you know, all the tanks got out alive. But to be honest, like infantry are replaceable. No one cares about Marines.
You know, that's their job to die on the battlefield. That's a normal thing.
Yep. Yeah, this push is going to be a bit scary. Like, there's lots of tanks there. There isn't any infantry, and you're just going to lose the tanks if you don't have backup. Ooh, almost got that one out. So I think Sharpened Edge does have a bit of an advantage here, just because Tyrolina just didn't get the infantry out in time.
I think Tyrolina will need another barracks quite soon. Oh, it's already coming up. So 211 will be the buildings for the Tyrolina, and Sharpened Edge seems to be pushing with the same unit composition forwards. It's still on one base. Sharpened Edge, it's not expanding. Now it's also expanding.
But at this point, you've got like a 9-worker lead for Tyr, so that's going to be quite significant. And there is a big push coming across the map, I think I see. Just about to engage.
And Sharpenet doesn't have too much army at the moment.
Yeah,
but
I just don't think it's. I don't think that Tirolina is really as coordinated as it needs to be, because you saw then the Liberator came across and just sieged up straight in the face of all the stalkers, and didn't wait for the tanks and marines to follow it. So I think you have to have all your army attacking at the same place at the same time if you're making this composition, and that's where Tirolina is falling down at the moment, I think. But this push looks like it's got some potential, though.
this one looks way better
Yeah,
than
definitely.
the previous one.
Yeah, so this is going to be pretty damaging, I reckon, here. Oh, but nice little surround from the back there. Oh, I like that.
Oh no, the Sharpenet was able to hit from the flank. That's so. Oh no.
Yeah, and the Liberator was sieging into the main base when all the army was attacking from behind as well. So I think that Liberator's going to go down, or not.
It's still doing pretty fine.
Yeah.
So the tank is alive. One tank still.
Yeah, he needs to get that tank down. If you can get that tank down, it's game on, really. But yeah, it's struggling. There we go. So Sharpened is still only on 23 workers, though, which is going to be a problem.
But Tirolina has to expand soon, so otherwise it's going to run out of minerals.
Yeah. Oh, no, these tanks aren't going to be taken down, though. So I think Tirolina is going to be able to push through this. But yeah, it's a nicely built bot. It looks like. Yeah, let's say army control needs to be a bit better, I think. Just coordinate those pushes in the right way, and you got a challenger there.
But the build was made in less than 45 minutes, if I'm right.
Yeah.
So I think that alone makes this build quite impressive.
Definitely, yeah. It's yeah. Once it's got a coordinated push as well, it's pretty devastating.
I think the first push wasn't good, but the second one was doing way better than the first one.
Yeah. It got all the army positioned right. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's just going to be a little clean up here. Right, I think I'm probably going to do one more, and then I'm probably going to have to head off. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it was again nice to have you here. It's always pleasure to chat with you.
Well, thanks for organising all of this. It's always fun. And as long as I'm around, I'll be here. So that's good.
And if there's any other guys who want to join the chat, this is for all of us, not just for me and Elad. And so please join.
Yeah, it gets a bit boring with the same of us every week. That's not to say that your company isn't amazing, Severus. So
Thank you.
But yeah, everyone is welcome to join on this stream. It's just a channel in Discord. Everyone jump in if you can. It's all good. So yeah, tier against Snowbot. I think this is the same bot, but it's just the latest TVZ build that he was talking about. So I believe, if I'm not wrong, this build was made in between this stream starting and us casting this game. It was made, uploaded to the ladder, and played a game. So I mean, that is truly impressive.
You can try to find out the production menu. Just a moment, I try to bring that up.
Yeah. There is absolutely amazing. Like, oh god. But yeah. So it looks like again he's going for the biotank push. I think that's actually going to work quite well against Zerg.
There's now more orders and something else coming out of the factory. Not that, but something. Aliens, I guess, or mines.
Maybe. Yeah, he's got a Hellion out and a couple of orders. Oh, yep, got the production tab now, so that's all good. It looks like Hellion, Marauder, Marine, I guess. Some of them.
I'm sorry, I'm hearing you badly because there's a lot of echo when I'm on the stream service.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just mute the stream, so it's easier for me. So it looks like a pretty nice early push there. Oh, this is going to be Hellbat Marauder. This is going to be devastating. Going straight for the throat. Oh, well, but the Queens are going to force it back by the looks of things, and the Roaches in there. That's a pretty decent response, but oh, Fried Queen is on the menu, unfortunately. Oh no, this is not looking good for Snowbot.
No, this is really bad. The Snowbot is taking heavy damage.
I mean, there is a Baneling nest up there. If you can get a few Banelings out, that's going to shut this down pretty fast. Even without Baneling speed on creep, they're going to get onto those Hellbats and destroy them. But yeah, it's not looking good for Snowbot, and the main base is already gone. This is a scary push here from Tyr. Yeah, so just gonna dance now into the last expand. All the workers just sitting there behind him, just looking on. Oh, GG. Anyway, I am going to have to go. Thank you very much for setting this up, Savlas. Thanks everyone for watching and joining us. And I'll catch you guys in a bit.
See you next week latest. So bye-bye.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.
It was great to have a group here. So maybe one or two replays, and then I'm also heading out. But yeah, should I try to check something from the AI arena, or do you guys have any games available that we could look?
I don't have anything in mind.
Let's have a look from the AI arena. Should we check some games from Spiny or some other bot? Or we can just look at Spot versus Harvester and see how does that go.
Whatever, whatever. I don't know. Which one are you talking about?
The one that is currently going on the stream. So this is randomly chosen Spot versus Harvester. So I think we can see this one, and yeah. Predictions for the outcome. Unfortunately, if we check the AR arena ranking. The harvester is quite high. On what place Spot is on at the moment?
29 it seems. But my win rate against Harvester, I think, isn't that terrible compared to, let's see.
Oh, so this might
No,
be actually interesting game.
well, it's around 30% in the stats page, so it's pretty bad, but it's not 0% against Micro Machine and some other bots.
Yeah, like me versus Micro Machine, I have won actually one game against it on the whole season. So yeah, I think that's way better.
Yeah, but usually I think what against Protoss I don't attack that early, so what happens in these games is that Harvester pushes in some way, and then depending on what units it makes, it either wins or if I hold, then I attack at some point and win. That's how it usually goes, I think.
Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a look. Do you have a different builds against different races, or do you have multiple builds, or how is your bot built up?
Well, right now it uses this, let's see. Well, the build is currently the same against all races, but it's the way it attacks is a bit different. Like against on the ladder at the moment on against Zerg and Terran, I like do some earlier moves than against Protoss, but now in this case my army gets kited pretty badly and the tanks unsiege and it goes pretty badly.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So you basically have one build, then you just modify it a little bit on the depending on the race that enemy has.
yeah,
Were you also participating in this competition held in Finland, this Overmind challenge?
yeah.
How did you do on that competition?
I was second.
That's insanely good. That's insanely good. And I think that you did have a limited time window to build a bot.
Yeah, like a bit over a month. But my bot is got like it's like 95% the same as it was then. Like I just because I just made it work in the beginning of the summer for the new changes, and then I've fixed some parts of it or changed some parts of it, but it's mostly the same.
Okay, okay. And I think you're above the um, around the mid part of the ranking on the ladder. I think that's a good achievement when you are looking at the current quality of the bots that we are having on the ladder. That's insane at the moment.
Yeah, like I'd say, but there's some stuff that I lose to all the time, like this. For example, like different things that contain my bot, like there's a like if a Terran puts down a bunker on my natural, or there's a cannon rush and these sorts of things, I don't deal with them well at all right now. And then there's some other stuff that I lose to all the time. That is sort of uh, like I don't know if it's easy to fix, but at least there's sort of a clear path to fix it. Whereas mm, then towards like I'd say against Yensi and that sort of bots, it's sort of harder to because I sort of want to play in a similar way as Yensi and those kinds of bots. So you have to sort of just do it better, and it's sort of a longer way.
I have to say, Gen Z is a brilliantly built bot. It plays like a human. It does have solid strategies and everything. And to be honest, I would like to be able to play like Gen Z is playing. But uh, even still, I'm still using strategies that are quite out of the mainstream. So yeah, I'm not able to build so highly polished bot like Gen Z. What is your plans for your bot in the future? Are you going to make new updates, new features in the near future?
Yeah, I hope to start again soon. I had like after last ProBots I sort of, or I got into it during last ProBots again. Then I took a break after that, and then it sort of I haven't got back into it, but I plan to. But it's sort of just like how would I say it? It's not so that there's like like every improvement I sort of want to make is a slightly bigger thing. That it's not just that I change some build orders here and there, but it's most that I want to rework like many things entirely. So
Yeah, there's a lot of cases when you have to just rebuild something you have done already. I had to rebuild, I've done it already a couple of times, this hold macro part of my bot, and now I'm able to control it way better. So it's time consuming, but also rewarding. So yeah.
Hey, everybody.
hello.
Hello, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm well.
Can you increase your microphone volume a little bit?
Absolutely.
That sounds okay to me.
Nice to have you here, Drek.
No problem. I just need to up my volume. Give me 1 second. I'll up it just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm able to hear you a little bit better. So the winners bracket on the ProBots will be broadcast on Thursday, Friday. It's a Thursday night here, so it's
Sorry,
yeah.
was that for the finals?
The next winner bracket.
Oh, yes.
Any predictions who is going to win?
I think that I don't know. Is it biased if I predict? I don't know. Is it like if I predict I guess I don't really have any control of anything if the bots win. So I would probably say Gency bot. I would say Gency. I like Gency, how Gency plays very human. I watch a lot of StarCraft, and it just reminds me a lot like human StarCraft games. So that would be my prediction, Gency bot. But of course, Micro Machine is the favorite.
Yeah, it's if you want to go with the easiest bet, you just say Micro Machine, and then you will. There's most likely you are correct. But I have to say the Gen Z has a lot of motivation this season. I've been chatting with Gen Z a lot during last couple of weeks and honing a little bit the strategies with him. I'm basically, I've been stealing his great ideas that he has. So, what I would like to predict Gen Z also that he will win, but we will see.
But next week there will be, or this week there will be Spiny against Gensi, so that will be a pretty good match.
Yeah, that would be a good match. I was my next option was going to say Spiny, but he's going up as Gency. So, but there's still the losers bracket. And to answer Raf's question, I am working on getting this poll results into the next stream. That is something I am actively working on.
Okay, brilliant. I think that's one of the most interesting matchups on next stream. Spiny versus Chelsea, because those two bots are so sophisticated bots and the mind games that are going behind the scenes, that's absolutely insane. I won't spoil anything, but I have to say nobody can predict what's going to happen in those games.
I think there's been a lot of upsets these seasons for what people thought was going to be who's going to be in the winners bracket, who's going to be in the losers bracket. So I'm interested to see what happens, because right now Micro Machine's in the losers bracket, and I would have never in a million years said that would be, or no, sorry, not in the losers bracket, but Some of like Tier was in the losers bracket. Sorry, Tier was in the losers bracket, and that I would never ever thought would have been a thing. So
Yeah, and Tier would be dropping out of the tournament. That's something unheard of.
yeah, so early, I would never have thought would have been a thing. So this tournament's full of surprises. So we'll see.
I think the quality of the bot has going up really dramatically this year. So I'm really happy for the guys programming in the bots, and it's been really pleasure to see the evolution of the bots.
Absolutely. I still remember like the first season of ProBots, and you know we had Dimitrobot. He just won with just rushing zealots. So it's come a long way.
Yeah, yes, it has. Yes, it has. It does have mind games. It has some rock paper scissors. It has micro. It has everything. We are not on the human level yet, but I hope that we will be in someday.
I you know what, and I think we're making good progress. I have a lot of hope for what I think ProBots will end up being, and I think that, or at least I'm hoping that we can show an exhibition a lot of the great work that the bot makers have been making to the general StarCraft 2 community in new and different ways. And so, yeah, I think we're not there, but I think we're going in the right direction.
I think I would be happy once one of our bots is able to beat Endersword at the live show.
I think that would be a milestone unheard of in all of ProBots history. If bots defeat Endersword, he's the big boss to break. I think one of the fun things maybe we'll try, maybe not this season, but in 2021's ProBots, is giving him a health bar or something, and all the bots have to kind of beat him. And every time a bot beats, it takes a heart off his health bar.
That would be absolutely brilliant to see. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a little bit difficult to make a Python bot to work on the real time properly. So I know that Infees has been able to do it, and I think Micro Machine is working quite nicely on the real time. But I tried to do that, but I'm not so brilliant programmer, and I have a little bit problems with that.
I think I think my bot works fine against real time, but I forgot now what I did, because I think, let's see if I open the editor to see what, because from what I remember, I made it so that like I don't act all the time, that I essentially, like, that was a problem, that I, like, for some reason, like I like acted too many times in real time or something, and then it sort of messed everything up. I don't know what problem do you have in playing real time?
Yeah, I do have something similar. I think that I think there's two reasons. The Python language is slow to start with, and
Yeah.
also the SC2, the game itself, it's not able to handle all the actions that my bot is sending. So I do have multiple
Okay.
problems to solve, but I want to be able to make my bot also a real-time compatible.
Yeah, but I think there's like because the step time is like in real time there's a like a tick at like a constant time, right? So in the beginning of, like, for my bot, from what, if I remember right, the way it worked was that in the beginning of the game, my bot doesn't take basically any time. So it tried to act like multiple times per frame or something. But then you fix that, and then towards later game, then it may take longer than a single tick to decide what to do, and then like you have to somehow fix that, or like that it doesn't cause problems.
Yeah, I know that's it's solvable. I haven't been able to done that yet, but at some point it will be also downloadable and playable against human. It doesn't crash or anything, but it's you can see from the unit micro that it's not working properly. Okay, I think I will watch this game, and after that I will be going. But there was some discussion on the chat that do we have any Russian authors? I think, if I remember correctly, IC was from a Russian. He hasn't been active lately, but I don't know currently do we have Russian authors on the Discord at the moment.
We can get Ketrock to learn Russian.
Gurbatov is from Russian also. So is this Tyrolina also?
Oh, this is Tyr in Terran form. I didn't even recognize him.
This might be bought from Tyr. He made to emulate the Fidolina play. So this is a clone from Fidolina, made by Tyr. Probably this is the one. So yeah, he wants to test against Fidolina on his own computer and made a bot that is cloning the build order from the Fidolina. So really great mind games going on here.
I always think about, and I don't know if anybody here is Star Trek fans, but I always think of Tyr like the Borg. He just simulates new bots and their builds into his own.
Yeah, this is exactly like that.
Just finds a new bot and just absorbs it into his builds.
And he is able to program new builds and stuff so fast that it's unbelievable how he is able to do that.
Here's a question for bot authors out there. Where do you guys get your inspiration from your builds?
I can only answer from my own behalf. I do watch some games from YouTube, the winter gaming, or well, the winter. Everybody knows winter.
Yep.
I did something from his channels, and also there's some other big streamers or YouTubers that are making different kind of builds. And then I just have the crazy ideas that pop out of my head. So yeah, that's the inspiration for me. And also the other bots on the ladder. Example, Gen Z bot is one of my favorites.
Do you guys like copy build orders, or how do you incorporate? Do you like, because there are tons of StarCraft 2 build order stuff out there. Do you guys use it, or do you just kind of like approximate it based on what you've seen?
I know Infi is able to extract somehow those build orders from the replays. I don't know exactly how it works, but he's able to extract the build order from the replay and use that on his own bot or something like that. Unfortunately, is Infi around? Can you explain a little bit better? And of course, you can just hard code, watch a replay, and then just hard code the build order later on.
My bot currently doesn't even have like build orders aren't like they aren't super tightly defined. Like I don't have like anything that says that like this supply build this supply build that. Like I have just a broad order like what to build, and then maybe earlier it's a bit tighter the order, but later on I don't really care what the order is. It just builds like the buildings I want, and it's as long as it's sort of approximately right. I'm like it works well enough, and the bigger problems are related to what to actually do with the units when I have them. At least that's the way I see it currently. That then if I know what to do with the units, then I can start optimizing the builds. But or that's the way I think about it.
I think my build orders come from the testing. I just test with which build order works for which strategy. So yeah, that's trial and error for me.
That's interesting. But so you guys have to program it, kind of hard code it then in that regard. Just kind of like not like you kind of say making as long as you have the supply, make XYZ unit, as opposed to you want a specific composition for it and or assess. I guess I guess there are some bots that will assess what they're up against and choose build orders. Like is it Mind Me or is it Mad AI? I always get them mixed up. Probably Mad AI that assesses and then chooses a build order based on what it sees.
Yeah, but then they select the build order, but the build order itself is coded in some way. Then, but you can sort of decide yourself how you want to do it. That you can for example say that okay, when you have this supply, start building a depot or whatever. But you can do it in different ways. That
there's many ways to produce a build order through bot making. Essentially, it's not necessarily has to be super strict where it's like
like the way I started doing it was just that like I essentially put limits on how many of different buildings I want on 1 base, 2 base, 3 base, and then whenever I have the resources for it, I build them. But then at some point I sort of noticed that okay, I don't want this building before that one, and so on. So then I put some sort of rules that okay, this doesn't get built before that. And
okay, that's definitely a lot more complicated than I originally in my mind, but it makes sense. Lost Lucidity actually said exactly what I thought would have made sense, or not made sense how I would have imagined it, because on Spawning Tool you can get what's something like it's called Salt, and it's like a breakdown of time codes of all the things that are in a replay, and you can get it from any replay on their website. So I didn't know if you could, well, maybe that's what Infi does, is just take those really hard coded or those linear like build orders to items and then somehow able to translate it to something his bot can use. But that's something I would have thought would have worked.
Yeah, like you can like I don't like it depends on what exactly you do. But like if you think about that you hard code, like let's say you hard code a time, like as an example, then what happens if the other bot comes and worker rushes you or something? Then you like you have to have some like more general rules on how to build things. That it's a bit like you just have to decide on how to do it. That's
if someone like tier like tickles you, then your bot won't know what to do. It'll just keep doing what it was supposed to do.
But I think it's still like you don't maybe see it in that many games, but I think it's probably still pretty common that like bots sort of can get stuck in like if like let's say a bot comes and kills their main base or kills some of their early production buildings or kills their natural, then they don't like necessarily know exactly how to proceed from there. That they sort of, because their order in which they wanted to build things got broken, and then like
we saw that with like Micro Machine, and he like built like 20 armories, and we were like, what is he doing?
Yeah, stuff like that can happen sometimes.
Yeah, it's not uncommon to have building order problems. I think this week I was the last time I fixed one of those bugs for the building order.
Sorry, Jensen, you're right. Engineering base. We built like 20 engineering base.
Yeah, you have to have some flexibility in the build orders for the roach rush requires certain kind of response, and yeah, you have to have some adaptivity in the bot. Otherwise, it's going on a railway track, and it's going to either win or lose, and you can do nothing about it during the game. There's no one build order that can beat every other bot. So you have to have some kind of ability to adapt.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, like as a human, it's very easy to sort of take for granted this sort of, like you say that, like let's say you take a build order that has a certain times, then you just start doing that, and then if the opponent does something, it's very easy to sort of intuitively react in some sensible way. But for the bot, you have to sort of say exactly what it should do, and it's not so obvious, like easy all the time to say, like the example that, like if they come and do some harass with their worker, or if the reaper gets some early kills or whatever, then like you can't just follow the exact same build order at that point. Like you have to sort of have some, like, I don't know how to explain it, but
Like a response or like flexibility and different kind of.
yeah, that essentially, like, you can have a completely optimized build order in a vacuum. If the opponent doesn't do anything, you follow this, but then if they start doing something, then you have to sort of have the flexibility that it doesn't break your bot immediately, that you
No, that makes sense.
you still continue doing stuff and react
Or
to it.
you'll end up with 20 engineering base.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little bit difficult to anticipate all the variables that it's going to happen in the game. I usually test the new build against the in-game Blizzard AI, and it's not giving a true. It's not giving the correct play game, because the bots on the ladder, they are just a meat grinder compared to the in-game Blizzard AIs. So you can try the build on locally against the inbuilt AI, but then you have to test it on the ladder to see how it actually is working there. So there's a lot of things that can change when you are trying on the ladder against different kind of bots.
Mm.
Like how many production buildings it's needed in different states of the game. That depends greatly on the opponent that you're playing against. But anyways, I think I have to go. It was pleasure to stream with you guys, and hopefully we will see each other next Tuesday again.
Yeah, absolutely. It was good to be here. I'm probably going to jet out after this game. I think XS 1972. What a cool name. He's going to win this. XS 1972. All right.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. See you next week.
Yeah,
Bye bye,
thanks. Bye.
everybody.
Bye.